Commanders on the road to go to 2-1, and we got some bad news as far as JD's 5 status for Sunday. Let's just get straight to it. What up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb here, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. We are on the road to 1,000 subs, so be sure to hit that like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that button, notification bell while you at it. We are currently at 250 subs, guys. So let's keep it rolling, man. We got a ways to go, but at the same time, I appreciate you doing all that you can to help this channel grow. Like we always say every single time. Help us grow so we can do more. Let's start into it, guys. So this Sunday we have the Las Vegas Raiders. For those of y'all who know, who are just as old as I am, you know that you was about to go and say the Los Angeles Raiders or the Oakland Raiders. But yeah, Las Vegas Raiders are currently 1-1. They had a game against the Chargers last week, and they took a L. So and it was a pretty bad one, just as bad as ours, but I think that ours was not as bad because we went against a actual really good team, and we are a good team. But the Raiders, on the other hand, I don't think they're that good. I'm never going to sit here and discredit their team, because anything can happen on a Sunday. They're, like I said, they're currently 1-1. I just don't think that they're as talented as the Commanders. That's not any bias thing. That's just actual. Like I think they have a. I don't want to say this year. It's probably going to be next year by the time they actually get to do something really good for their team next year. But that just moves on to the injuries. So we got a lot going on right now. So I mean, we got a whole entire platoon of injuries. So let's start off with the injury list right here. Starting off, I'm not even going to bury the lead. JD5's out for this Sunday. He's not playing due to the injury that he sustained last Thursday night against the Green Bay Packers, and he is, in all honesty, I don't want him to play. I don't need you getting injured against a Raiders team. Not sitting there trying to discredit them, but they're in the AFC. When you're in the interconference bout, the loss doesn't hit as hard as a actual regular win against an NFC foe. The NFC wins mean more than the AFC wins for the playoff seeding. So my thing as far as this, Mariota should be able to get it done. So I'm not really that concerned. But going into the injury list, JD5 will not be playing this Sunday. John Bates, he doesn't look like he's going to be playing. Noah Brown will not be playing. Bates has a groin injury. Noah Brown has a groin and knee injury. Jaden Daniels, as I said, will not be playing. Deebo Samuels was on the injured list, but he really wasn't because it was a personal day, so they had to put him on. Brandon Coleman, he looks like he's going to be playing this Friday, this Sunday. Jeremy McNichols, same as him, and Kostin Yankov. Yankov has a hip injury. McNichols has a hamstring. Brandon Coleman has a shoulder, and Trey Amos as well has a shoulder injury, but he's going to be playing. In all honesty, I don't think that those players are going to be out. I think they're going to be playing this Sunday. For the Las Vegas Raiders, Brock Bowers, it looks like he will be playing this weekend, even though he has a knee injury himself. He's been limited pretty much all week. Jeremy Chin, the former commander from last year, he looks like he's going to be out. I'm sorry, he's going to be playing. He has a pec issue. I hope I'm pronouncing this name right. Cornerback, the Cameron Richardson has a hamstring injury. He was limited for yesterday's practice. It looks like he's probably going to be playing. Jackson Powers Johnson, guard and center. Looks like he's going to be playing. Because he had a full practice yesterday from a concussion. And last but not least, Justin Shorter, who is the wide receiver for the Vegas Raiders. He had a knee injury, and it looks like he's going to be playing because he was in full practice yesterday. So as far as that is concerned, I think that we should be fine. Just getting into the keys to victory. So let's start off by this. Last week, we did not play loose. We played scared. We coached scared. We didn't coach smart. And in order to win this week, first thing starting off, we have to play fast, free, and physical. I felt like we didn't really do that much have a physical presence last week. I think it was as far as if you ask me, I feel like the Giants, the Green Bay Packers just physically imposed us. They bullied us, if you will. And you know what, man? I'm even going to go as far as this. We got to change the situation for it. And even as far as me right now, I'm going to go ahead and brighten up the whole entire situation. You see how I just did that? So brighten it up a bit. We have to go ahead and get our focus. We have to really like change things around for now, because we haven't been the coaching staff has not been doing good as far as just urgency. They haven't been doing good as far as I go as far as to say that not just urgency, but they trying to act like the smartest person in the room. There were times last week when we had went up against the Packers, and it was a fourth down conversion, and then all of a sudden, instead of having Debo and Terry McLaurin out there, you had like other receivers out there, and I'm like, why would you take out your two best players out? And it just doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? Another thing, the offensive line was not adequate last week. Yes, I understand the whole entire situation with Josh Connolly Jr., where he wasn't playing up to par, but hey, he's a rookie, and he's dealing with baptism by fire at this point. You have a situation where he was drafted, and if you look at it, you can get any other all-pro right tackle in the league, and they're still going to be looking at what he has gone through the first 3 weeks. It's like, look, bro, I understand. You dealt with Brian Burns in your first game. You dealt with Marco Parsons in your next game, in your second game. And then this next coming week, you're going up against Max Crosby. 3 of the top tier defensive end pass rushers in the league. So at this point, man, you can't really get mad at this kid. If anything, I think the coaches need to go ahead and help the kid out. Don't just have him out there on an island and everything on his first, and he's only played 2 games. You need to go ahead and assist this kid. Get a chip block, and don't have Jeremy McNichols just like, and then go on about his business. You got to go ahead and actually do something about that. You have to go ahead and just and actual block. I mean, just throw the pass rusher off. I didn't feel like the last week, especially dealing with the Packers, they just didn't go ahead and do enough. Even as far as not just Josh Collins Jr., but I feel the rest of the line. There was some times when Laramie Tunsil wasn't showing out. Micah Parsons did whatever he wanted to sometimes with people. It's Micah Parsons at the end of the day. So I'm not really tripping, but at the same time, we just have to do better. And it is the second game, so I'm not really all the way just going off and all this other stuff. It's like, hey, we want you to do better because we have Super Bowl aspirations this year. Another one. So let's start off with what I said: play fast, free, and physical. It's a mindset. Another thing: offensive line needs to win the trenches. You need to go ahead and do better. Now, here's the thing: Max Crosby is the only person on that line who really makes me nervous. Other than that, I think everybody else, we should be able to maintain. I'm not going to say that we're not going to allow any sacks or anything. I think that the other people on the line can get you pressure, but it's not Max Crosby that we have to deal with throughout the whole entire line. We just have to worry about him. If we can just neutralize him or just keep him at bay, I think we have a shot at winning this game. Another one as far as the defensive line. Now, we did get 2 sacks on Jordan Love last week against the Packers, but with this offensive line, with the Raiders, they're not that good. I'm just going to keep it a bean. They're not that good, and I honestly think that we should wreak havoc whenever we step on that field. Yes, we do not have Dietrich Wise on the team anymore. Not on. He's not playing for the rest of the year due to his injury, his quad injury. But hey, at the end of the day, we have to still step up and try to get this dub. But I honestly believe that this defensive line can penetrate really well on this against this offensive line. I have faith in that they're actually going to do really, really good this week against that line, the same way that they did against the the New York Giants. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this pass rush is going to be against the Raiders. Coaches, you got to coach smart and don't game plan scared. I really feel like yes, Matt LaFleur has DQ's number because he used to coach with him on the Falcons. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you can't sit there and coach smart. Why is like I said earlier, why is Josh Collins Jr. all by himself? Chip block. Hell, I'm not even a coach. I'm not even an NFL football coach. I'm not an NFL coach. So, but even I know that. I mean, I think that we need to do better as far as that. I think as far as even this, time of possession, not time of possession. I'm sorry. What's the name? Clock management. We've been doing horrible the last 2 weeks. You look at the first game against the Giants when it's almost time to go ahead and we're trying to go ahead and make it to the half, and we saved up all. What's the name? We didn't operate well with our clock management. I mean, we got to a point to where it was just like, hey, what are we doing? You look confused. Jaden Daniels is throwing the ball out of the end zone and not doing it, not utilizing the clock very well. Then you have the situation going on last week where you had 3 timeouts right near the end of the half, yet you didn't use any of them. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this team. I mean, it's just like all that flair, even going on forward on 4th down just doesn't feel the same anymore. It's just like, what is going on? These guys are just not focused. And I'm trying to see what happens when we actually get focused again. The first game, we wasn't even all the way focused, and we beat the shit out of the Giants. Last week, we actually played a quality team who's a Super Bowl caliber team, and they actually put a foot in our ass. So my thing is this. I think that we need to go ahead and go back to the drawing board. And yes, we don't have Jaden this week, but hey, let's play fucking smart, man. Their cornerbacks aren't that good. Terry, Debo, y'all should be feasting on them this week. So I mean, that's one thing that's what's the name? Defense is what's the name? Wasn't even playing. Didn't play well into the second half. We was letting what's the name? Tight end just do whatever the hell he wanted to last week. We got Brock Bowers coming in this week, and he is one of the best, if not the best, tight end in the league, and he's only in the 2nd year. So yes, we need to go ahead and get our shit together. The next key to victory: run the fucking ball. I hate to be like one of those old guys in the 80s and everything. Run the dang ball. No, we need to run the goddamn ball. The fact that Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt only had 4 touches last week, when he got you 10 over 10 last week, week 1, he got you 80 yards. He only touched the ball 4 times. Why? And unfortunately, Austin Eckler had to went down. And I'm sad for him because I mean he may not be playing on the team anymore. But at the same time, you need to give the young boy the touches. He's been doing good whenever he touched the ball. So why the hell would you take it out of his hands? And it's not even like you have to be run dominant.
just be balanced. If we can just get some goddamn balance, we'll be fine. And that's my take on that. And like I said earlier, the Raiders secondary, their cornerbacks, they don't scare me. They don't. And especially seeing that we know that what's the name? Jeremy Chin, who has a pec issue, he's not back up to par. So we should be able to take care of that secondary. Now we have to go ahead and make sure that those routes are getting they routing them corners up. And I truly believe I honestly feel like we have the better matchup in that situation, and that could win us the game. I'm even looking as far as like, hey, Terry, this is about the time of the year where you start to cook. You got your birthday out the way and everything, and happy birthday to you, bro. But now it's about that time when you usually start cooking. And you have the Hornside situation where last year when he went up against the Cincinnati Bengals, Terry just didn't look that good until that game, and he showed up and showed out. Terry, we need you to show up and show out this week. You should be able to do whatever the hell you want to against the Raiders this week. Same thing with you, Debo. Debo has been the most consistent player on this team, and I like to see him continue that. Also, Zach Ertz, I think that he should be able to go ahead and do some damage with the safeties and the linebackers. I just really think, and I think he's going to be just fine. So going into the next step, before we go any further, be sure to hit that like, comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about what your thoughts on the keys to victory. Tell us what you think about the injuries and what you think about the matchup against the Raiders. Also, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. So next time I put out another video, you guys are up to date. So going into the next part, which is the X Factor. My key X Factor for the day, Terry McLaurin. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but it is what it is. The two-time Pro Bowler has a history, says that he usually this is the time where he balls out. So look forward to him. Looking for him to have a big game against a weak cornerback room in the Raiders. Yeah, I just feel like the Raiders secondary is not that good this year. In fact, one of the guys, I forget his name, couldn't even get the job ahead of Emmanuel Forbes and Benjamin St. Juice. So if I'm Terry, I'm like Marcus. I'm literally next to Marcus every single. I'm grabbing his jersey. I'm right here every single time we get off the what's the name out the huddle. Look this way. I'm the captain now. So yeah, that's my player. My key X factor for the day. Yeah, I truly believe like he could feast on this defense. My players to watch. I have a few of them. Number one, Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt, aka Bill. I think that he could go ahead and have a pretty good day once he gets more touches. I think, and even going up against the top running back in the draft that happened this year, going up against Ashton Jensey, I think that he should be able to go ahead and show him up this Sunday by getting, I'd say at least about in between 15 to 17 touches in this game. I do, especially with the exit of Austin Eckler, he should be getting full load this week. Pause. Last week he only ran the ball 4 times, and yeah, I just feel like he needs to go ahead and get more touches. He gets more touches, he's going to be able to actually produce this week. Another person, Deebo Samuel, and Deebo Samuel and Zach Ertz, because other than those are the only 2 guys who have been producing the last few weeks. Eckler has, I'm sorry, not Eckler. Ertz has had 6 catches last week. Deebo had 7. And even with the 7 receptions that he had last week, he has 14 on the year and 2 touchdowns. Ertz got 2 touchdowns on the year. They've been very productive on offense. So we need to go ahead and get them ramped up, and what's the name? Terry McLaurin as well. So we need to go ahead and get those two guys put in. On the defensive side, one person I'm looking forward to seeing this week, actually two people, and they both on the defensive line. I need to see how what's the name, Dorrance Armstrong and Deron Payne is going to look. When they went up against a weak line, they punished them. You seen what happened during the Giants game? They were in the backfield feasting on them. If I'm not mistaken, both of them had a sack in that game. What's the name? Even Deron Payne he was active in that whole entire game. He had 2 pass deflections. He had a sack and a half. He had a tackle in the backfield. He was wreaking havoc. And the one thing about Dorrance Armstrong, he has been doing the same thing. He had 9 pressures in the first game. I think with this weak lineup on the offensive line, he's going to be having a field day. I'm looking for the defense to set the tone this week. I genuinely am. And this is not me saying it as a homer. This is me just honestly looking at it. I think the defense is going to set the tone, but the offense needs to finish them off. Even without Jayden Daniels. This team, let's keep it a buck, man. This Raider team, they're not that good this year. I think next year with Pete Carroll at the helm, they're going to be just fine. They're just trying to get that structure this year. Even as far as looking at what Ashton Jency, he's frustrated right now. He can't do anything on that line. But I see that I really believe like in the next year or so, he will be getting better. That offensive line has got to be better in order for him to flourish. And they're not that good yet. And it's still early in the season. So why not go ahead and just still make them pissed off by just going ahead and just taking over? I feel like this is the time to go ahead and change our fortunes, get us focused, be on the right path, and just try to just be in a better spot than we are. Because that week last week felt like it took all the energy and the life out of the Commander community this last week. I couldn't even watch football the same way that I usually do because it was just like, man, it was like that. Hello, darkness, my old friend. it just really felt just like, ugh. First things first, I don't like watching Thursday night football games. In all honesty, because I prep all my time into Sundays. I don't want to see players hurt on Thursday on a short week. And that's another thing. I really think that they should just end it until Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's just my take on it. But I do think that getting back to where we are. I think if we stay focused, everything's going to be just fine. I think that if we go ahead and JD5, as far as him coming back, keep him on the bench until he's healthy. And it's going to pay me to say this because even if that means him going when we go to Atlanta, I'm going to Atlanta next week to see the game. I want to see JD5 out there. But if it means that, hey, we're trying to make sure that he's not hurt throughout the whole entire season, having that lingering injury, then, hey, you got to sit him. You got to do what's right for the team. And putting him in the best position, even when he's injured, to tell him to sit his ass down, you got to do it. I applaud, what's his name, DQ for making the right decision. And I'm not mad at him for it. In all honesty, I think it's the more mature situation to put yourself into. Unfortunately, when he who remains nameless was here, they was like, nah, we're going to put him in. No, you're sabotaging him. Don't do it. Leave him out. He's not set to play anymore. When Haloti Nada came around that joint and his leg slapped back like this, nah, sit his ass down. He did not need to be in that game. We had Kirk Cousins and he could have been just fine. This whole entire situation here now, Mariota is a competent backup. He's a very competent backup. And I feel comfortable with him in a game or two, especially with him going up against his old team. So this is a revenge game this week and next week if possible. I just feel like everything is going to be just fine. The sky is not falling, ladies and gentlemen. We are still we're about to go into the third week. We're in the third week because, last week's game, last night's game with the Dolphins and Bills, which was actually a pretty good game. But yeah, I think that we're gonna be just fine. Sky's not falling. It could be worse. Look at Joe Burrow. It could be worse. Look at the Vikings. It could be worse. Look at the rest of the league due to injuries. We're fine. We're good. Just woosah, like I've been saying all week. Hit them pressure points. Woosah. Everything will be just fine. But guys, I gotta end the stream right now because I have to get ready for work. And also, I do want to go ahead and say this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a live stream for Sunday. I will go ahead and post it on IG to let you guys know if I am or not. Because I might be meeting up with my brother to go ahead, and if I am, I'll still try to go ahead and post it. But I'll let you guys know on IG to let you know, and I'll even post it up on YouTube to say like, hey, we're gonna be doing the live stream. Another thing I want to say, like I said, I'm going to what's the name of it? Atlanta next week. So I will be vlogging. I will be going ahead and trying to meet a few people down there. I already know I'm gonna get in touch with Rico from Street Scores. I'm gonna try to have him on next week before I roll out. If I'm not mistaken, I think Juan Gotti's gonna be out there too. So we're gonna be trying to reach out to him as well. There's also Lake and who else is going to be out there? Candy Waller as well. So I'm going to try to reach out to both of them. But no, this is going to be a good game this weekend. I have faith in it, and I'm even looking forward to next week because it's a well-needed vacation that I need, and I feel like this is going to be good for the channel as far as just meeting up with people, getting the feel of how Atlanta is and everything. So. Yeah. But guys, as always, thank you for tuning in, staying all the way to 27 minutes in. And I want to say thank you for everybody who stayed through and watched the rest of the video. But in the meantime, guys, be sure to hit that like, comment in the comment section, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for more videos that's on the way. And as we always do, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace.